This is part 2 of modeling the wood stove for Blender Challenge 8. This is how far we got in part 1, and I'm going to do a little bit more now. So here we go. I'm going to select that piece right there and come in and select that face, and I'm going to press I to inset and inset a little bit. I'm going to hit E and just pull it in just a little bit so there's a bit of an indentation there. And then I'm going to shut off the bevel and come around here and select just that edge. It's going to be a little messy, but hopefully it's going to be all right for us. I'm going to select right there, and I'm going to go Control B and pull back like that to round it. Roll my mouse up a bunch of times to get a nice curve in there. Put the bevel back on, and then on this I'm going to, in the bevel, under the limit method, I'm going to choose angle. And then I'm also going to throw on a weighted normal. Let's get rid of that. And come over here, auto smooth. Okay, so we have a little indentation now. Cool. All right, so next. Looking in front view with that still selected, I'm going to bring in a UV sphere. And I'm going to go for 18 segments, and 16 rings is okay. Go to edit mode, I'm going to scale it down. And I'm going to go into wireframe, press 1 for vertex mode, and box select there and delete those. Take it, rotate X 90, so we're looking straight at the thing. Okay, let's go back into solid view and edit mode, and actually let's bring it out so we can see the whole thing. Okay, in face selection number 3, press C for paint select, and I want to select groups of 3 up to that central disk. So group of 3, and then I'm going to leave 3 and get another group of 3, just like that. Leave 3 and get another group of 3. And I'm going to turn to the side and make sure that I got these ones. There we go. All right, I'm going to X faces. I'm going to get rid of those, and that leaves me with this. I'm going to scale this in the Y and flatten it out like this to some extent, so it's still got some curve to it. Let's give it some thickness with solidify. That's probably okay, just the default there. And so I'm going to go ahead and apply that and Control 2 for 2 subdivisions. And that's going to be okay right there. All right. Let's set the origin to geometry on that and the cursor to selected. Now I'm going to bring in a circle. I'm going to go for 16. That's probably all right. Scale it down. Rotate X 90. Something like this. And then I'm going to press E and S. Come in. So just cover those up. I'll pull that back a bit. Let's extrude it forward a bit so that these things look like they go right into it. I'm going to go Control 1, Control 2. I'll bring that up by 1. Like that, and then I'm going to come in here, Control R, put an edge loop. That might be just good enough right there. Just doing that. Okay. All right. My 3D cursor is still there, so I'm going to bring in another UV sphere. Use the same values. We're going to scale it down. I'll go ahead and rotate X 90, and we'll look from the side. And in wireframe, I'm going to cut off the back. So I got this piece. I'm going to scale this in the Y and flatten it out so it forms a bit of a disc underneath there. Oops. Let's have a look at that. I'm going to shade smooth on that, see if I can get away with just that. I think I'll back it up a little bit. And that's all going to attach to here, so it's not going to matter exactly. I might scale it down though a little bit, like this. Okay. Let's take a ring from something, maybe from this. In fact, that one was already selected, so Shift D, bring it forward. P to break it out. Take this and scale it down. I'm going to do something in the middle here. So I'll bring it back to about there. And I'm going to press E to extrude, come out. E and S, come in. One more time to come out. E and S, and then I'm going to go E, M, merge at center, and that looks probably just fine. Just push that in a little ways. Oh, popped out. Okay, that looks okay. It's just too big, so let's grab all of these and scale them down and see about positioning this thing here. Okay, so let's just drag it and bring it down. I'm going to go into wireframe, and looking from the side, I'm going to hit R to rotate and start looking at positioning this thing just so that the ring somewhat makes contact. Let's have a look at that. We may have to go a little bit further in. Let's see. Yeah, I think where's the might be there. I'm not quite sure. All right. Now, if I switch over to normal, will that help us? I think it will. So let's pop it out till we get to around there. Let's maybe a little bit further. Might want to give this a bit of a. There we go. That's okay like that. Okay, with that position there, let's go back into this ring, and we got a ring right there. Let's use that. Let's go back into global. Will that work? Yeah, I think so. Shift D, pull it out. Not O. I don't want proportional editing on. P to break it out. Let's go into this. We'll scale it. Make a couple of knobs. And I'm going to go into normal. E. No, I'm not. Am I? Local. There we go. Come on out. E and S. And gee, depends how complicated you want to make this. Not complicated, but how much detail. Come in E and M, merge at center. And let's bring maybe one edge loop up here. Shade smooth, we could do that kind of a thing. And we'll just make sure that is in. So we'll look from the front, and we will set the origin of geometry. Shift D, we'll do copy one over to there. And we're done that part right there. Cool.